Hey guys, it's going to be a good one today because today we are going to talk about how it's okay to change your mind. I don't know why it's such a stigma, at least in the West, to change your mind. It's like they think that you're going to always think one way and you never change it. Part of that belief could come from your scriptures in the book of James, and the LDS people love this scripture. They love it because it's what Joseph Smith was reading when he went out and asked the Father whatever he asked him. You got 14 versions of what he asked him, so just pick one. Okay, James 1:6. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven by the wind and tossed. Then you go down in James 1 verse 8. For such a person is double-minded and unstable in all they do. People, he is talking about faith. He is talking about being double-minded, whether you're going to serve the world or serve him. It's either God or mammon. You can't have both. He is talking about that. He is not saying, I gave you a brain, but please don't use it. Okay, I'm going to read you a quote by Carl Jung, and then we'll talk about it just a little bit. He says, thoroughly unprepared, we take the step into the afternoon of life, or in my case, the evening of life, maybe. Okay. Worse still, we take this step with the false presupposition that our truths and our ideas will serve us as hitherto. But we cannot live the afternoon of life according to the program of life's morning. For what was great in the morning will be little at evening, and what in the morning was true will have become a lie. Any person who ever raised kids, when they get old enough to be a grandparent, you start double thinking what was really important. The things that you used to freak out about. And you get older and you're like, wow, that was nothing. I don't know why I freaked out about that. If you're a Mormon, you freaked out about it because you were going to lose your whole family. They were not going to make it on their missions. They weren't going to make it to the celestial kingdom. And you freaked out. You didn't let them just be them. You had to put them into the mold so that they would make it, because that's the whole goal in Mormon world, is to make it to the celestial kingdom, right? The trouble is, it's like he said, for what was great in the morning will be little at evening. Doesn't matter. You get old and you figure out it doesn't matter and you wish you could go back and do it again. And what in the morning was true will have become a lie. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. I can look at my kids and understand what they're thinking to some degree because I've already done that, whereas they can't do the opposite with me, which is probably good because I have the dangest ideas sometimes. But they are also in a whole different situation. So there's been times when I've told them, oh, don't do that. And they're kids. So what do? They do it. Oh my gosh, it worked out. It worked out for them. And I'm like, oh, there's no way I would have told you to do that. I thought that was just going to be horrible for you. Well, that has to do with gathering information as you live. As you live. So what you think and believe in when you're 20, you might not even believe when you're 25 anymore. I know a guy who says that every December he writes down in a journal a bunch of his beliefs. And he doesn't look at it again until the next December. And he looks at if those beliefs still hold true for him or if he's decided they were nothing. And then he scratches them out, comes up with more beliefs and goes through there. There is nothing wrong with gathering more information. That's what we're here to do. We're not here to have somebody tell us what we need to think and do and believe. Now, for sure, the Mormon church, they want you to get on the boat, hold on to the rod. I mean, you are not to change your mind from the time you're baptized until you die. Well, I don't know if Joseph Smith knew the internet would be available to people to prove all of the lies he perpetuated. And I'm going to say the same thing with Paul. I'm going to say the same thing with the Catholic Church. Things have come to light. And if you are afraid to look at those truths, you'll still be fine. You're not going to die from not looking at the internet. But I'm saying that it's pretty profound. It is really profound. So for those of you who like to fall back on your ancestors, could be Catholics, could be Mormons, for sure Mormons, who like to say, well, my mother died with a firm testimony of this church. Yeah, okay, good for her. But what if you knew that when you went up there, she'd look at you and say, honey, if I had the information at my hands that you had at your hands, I would have left that church in a heartbeat. How would that change the way you're feeling now? You're going to stay believing a lie out of guilt? No, we were meant to come down here to search out truth, to find truth, and to live that truth. For those of you who want somebody else to tell them what is true, so be it. The best thing about making a decision is that if it doesn't turn out the way you're thinking it was going to turn out, you can change your mind. And if you made a decision and it turned out really bad, how bad is it? Because you just learned from it. Quit being afraid to make decisions. I've known people who have changed majors in college and people, beat up on them. Well, now you're going to have to go to school even longer. Well, it's going to cost more money. Well, why isn't it okay just to change your mind? And with changing that mind, just know that other people aren't. You cannot beat somebody into believing the way you believe. All you can do is throw information. You can teach and influence. But if they're going to change, it's going to be because of them, not because of you. So give yourself permission to learn something and change your mind about what you believed last year or 10 years ago. That's what we're here to do, guys. It's what we're here to do. So till next time, remember, Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. And it is so time that you start believing him. Till next time.